Would have it been more? Yes.
End up saving my money.
Go buy myself flowers. It's me that you're singing that song for. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jessica Oka. So if this is your first time here, welcome. If you're an old and returning subscriber, thank you guys for always watching my video. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how much I actually spend in the UK as a Nigerian living in the UK. This is my 1 year in the UK, so I know how much I spend approximately. But I'm going to be using this particular week. So if this is something that you're interested in, keep on watching. If I continue this video, I would like to say that the amount of money you spend in a week, in a month, in a day depends on what you have planned. Everybody that lives here, anyone that lives here has their own money that they spend every week, every month, every year. So you don't expect that because I spend so amount in a day, that means you're going to spend so amount in a day. It all depends on your family, what you do, how you spend your money. If you're an indoor person or an outdoor person. So I'm
Just putting that out there.
also, where you live and your workplace plays a part in how much you spend in a day or in a week or in a month. Because, for instance, if you stay in a walkable distance or a short drive from your workplace, you're not going to spend so much on transport, so that's going to be saved. If you're somebody that cooks a lot, you're not going to spend so much on buying food outside, so your money is going to be saved. So that's what I'm trying to share in this video.
Let's get right into the video.
Particular week that I'm using for this, how much I actually spend in a week. I went to work 3 times. That I went to work 3 days. I stayed at home 3 days, and I went out 1 day. So that's what I was saying at the beginning of the video. Like, if you go out every day, you spend more money. If you go out more than I do, if you go out like few days, you spend less money. If you walk far, that's what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna
Start with on Monday. On Monday is one of those days I did not go to work. Yeah.
to work. So I stayed at home all day, either pressing my phone or watching a TV or doing something useful at home, Shabo. I didn't go to work, which means that transport fare, for instance, is out. I didn't go to work, I didn't go out. So transport fare is out. I didn't spend money at all for transport. What I spent money for was for going to Tesco's Express around me, and I got fruits, water, and what else did I buy? Yes, just fruit and water for that day. Ended up spending £6 for everything I spent. That's which also brings me to another point that I want to make is, if for instance I bought all of these things that I needed this Monday from, let's say, Aldi or the big Tesco's, I would have spent maybe £4 or £4.5 for these things that I spent £6 for. So another thing that will make you spend more money might be that you bought from corner shop. Corner shops things are always more expensive because of the convenience. So if I bought those things from Aldi, for instance, it would have been less than how much I ended up spending because I bought it from Tesco's. Another thing that also helps you save your money, for instance, is if you're getting from Tesco Express or Tesco's, you can use their club card, and that's something that has made me waste money in this country. Like, Tesco's is just by my side here, so I'm always going there to buy things, but I always forget to register for Tesco's club card. So I've not been getting any points, or I've not been gaining anything. So that is something I have already fixed. So if you're one of those people that buy from Tesco, you already know you need to register for Tesco to save your money to get points. So I ended up spending £6 on Monday. On Tuesday, I went to work. I went to work in another town. Most of my jobs are outside Portsmouth. I think I usually just have 1 or 2 shifts in Portsmouth, so I'm always like going far, at least 45 minutes or an hour away from where I live, either through train or um by bus. So every time I have work, it is guaranteed that I will spend money. So that day I spent, let me look at my book. I spent £6.50 for a return ticket, actually a day ticket, because I need to transfer. I'll stop somewhere and then take another one. So when I buy a day ticket, I spent £6.50. And also I also like to buy snacks when I'm going to work, water and snacks. So I ended up spending £2.50 for water and snacks. By snacks, I mean biscuit or chocolate or anything like that. So that's what I spent that day. When I came back, I ate food at home. So I ended up spending £8 on Tuesday. On Wednesday, this is another thing I was talking about transport. I went really far. Like where I actually went on Wednesday is somewhere that I had not been before, like really far. I took like two buses, and one of the buses took like 1 hour 30 minutes, the other bus took like 1 hour 30 minutes. There was a time I even stopped in one very quiet place. It was early morning that time, so the everywhere was still dark. There was a time I even had to stop in a place that no one was even, it was just cars driving like express before the actual bus I was supposed to enter came, and I left. So that, because of how far it is, the day ticket I bought to Littlehampton that day was £9 10 pence. So it depends again on where you are working. If you're working here, just here, you're going to spend small bucks for where you are going to. But if you are working far, you spend more. So I spent £9 10 for that day. I also carried food, so I ended up not um I ended up not spending any money for food. The only thing I spent money for was for water, which was um 75p. So at the end of Wednesday, going to work, coming back, water and everything, I spent £9 85 for Wednesday. On Thursday was when I found out that the UK government has paid the bus services. So instead of going to where I used to go for £6, you now go there direct. Once you are taking a direct bus to that place, it's £2. Coming back is £2. So the UK government has ended up taking over almost £3 away from the amount I was supposed to spend. So going to work that day, I spent £2. Coming back, I spent £2. I think my transport has drastically reduced because of this whole thing that the UK government has done, because it has helped. Like where I would go for £9 before, if I'm going straight, I'm going to pay just £2. Where I would go for £10, it just depends on where I would go, but it has drastically reduced, and that is what good government does for you. Unlike where we're from, but that's what good government does for you, because everything has gone up in the country. People are starving, people are really struggling to pay electricity bill and light bill and all of those things. The government has taken it upon themselves to subsidize this thing by paying the bus company, and it was supposed to end in March and be in February, I think, but they've somehow increased it all the way to July. And there was a bus driver I was just paying, and the bus driver just giving me a procon. I was like, oh, say the government is paying over 5 million, 5 years now. He said over 5 million per bus company, or over 500,000, I've forgotten, per bus company every month, just so that they would reduce this transport fare. Like awesome stuff, yeah. So going to this place, I spent, let me come back to where I was coming. Going to this place, I spent £2 going. Coming back, I spent £2. That's £4. I spent £1 to buy chocolate. I spent £1 60 to buy biscuits. I spent 75p to buy water. I think all of that amounted to so on Thursday I ended up spending £7 35 or thereabout. On Friday and Saturday, guess who did not go out? I did not go out, because see, I think that I spent, at the end of this week, you're going to see that I spent really too amount. You are going to see the amount of money I spent, and I will give you the reason why it ended up being that total. But yeah, on Thursday and Friday, I didn't go out, so I didn't spend. No, Friday and Saturday I didn't go out, so I didn't spend any money. So I ended up saving my money. I ate at home and I saved my money. On Sunday, you know when they sing, uh, I could buy myself flowers, in the sun, talk to myself for hours. It's me that you were singing that song for, because Sunday was the day that I decided that I wanted to take myself out. So I took myself out, and I ended up spending. So telling you something about taking myself out is that if I didn't take myself out on Sunday, I would have not spent any money too. So tell you that If I don't go out, my money used to stay inside my pocket. But like that day I went out, I went to um Five Guys. You know, Five Guys, they have one of the best uh they have one of the best milkshake. Like any of the flavor is always on point. And when I saw that there's Five Guys in Portsmouth, I had to do it. I had to do it for the culture. So I went there. I spent £1.60 for a return ticket because it's just really by the city center here in Portsmouth. And then I South Sea actually. No, Gunwharf is in Gunwharf. I spent £1.60 as return ticket, and then I spent £5.75 for the milkshake. I was not going to buy more than milkshake. The milkshake that carried me there, and I'm happy that I didn't even buy chips because the second time that I went there with Precious to buy chips, it wasn't really what I wanted. Like it's not as sweet as they talk about it on everybody that talk about it. But the milkshake, every time that you go there to get milkshake, I promise you it's always going to be top notch. So yeah, I enjoyed my milkshake. I sat down there for a while and then I came back. So in total on Sunday, I spent the total amount of £6.35. I would have spent more if I bought chips or I went somewhere else. But that day I was really, really looking at my pocket. I was like, I don't want to spend more than this. This is the like before I even came out, the whole point of going out was on a budget. So I already told myself that it's supposed to be £5. But when I got there, the milkshake itself was even more than £5. So what can I do? But I promised myself not to spend more. I know there would have been things there that I would have liked, but I didn't spend it. That is me managing my cash well. So I'm not spending it anyhow. Things like that. Okay, that's it. That's how much I spent on Friday on Sundays. In total, I spent £40, £40, 3 pence in that week. So I could have spent more, I could have spent less. That's what I was saying at the beginning of this video because every time, any money you spend in a day, in a month, or in a year, or in a week in this country definitely depends on what you get up to that day, that week, or that month. Because in this particular video, if you notice, there are just small groceries that I got from Tesco's close to me or any corner shop close to me. I didn't really go to Audi or the big Tesco's or the Asda or all of those things because I know that if I do, the money that I spent would have been different because of course maybe I would have bought more things that I would have needed for stew, soup, all of those things. But I didn't cook all those things because either I had them or I didn't want to cook them. So maybe next time, if I want to make another how much I spend in a week or how much I spend in a month, I would add both groceries. But for now, I didn't add groceries. That's why it's £40, 3 pence. Do I spend more in other weeks? Yes. Do I spend less in other weeks? Yes. Is this the footprint of how much you're going to spend if you're living in the UK every week? No, no, don't come and quote me. That's not how much you spend. How much you spend depends on how your life is, your family size, what you get up to every week, every day. Yeah. So put that in mind when you are saying, "Oh, Jessica spent £40, 3p. So let me spend £40, 3p." That means, oh, let me spend less than that. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Yeah. Yeah. Enjoy this video. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't subscribed. Please, guys, what are you waiting? Please subscribe. And until my next one, bye.